Let's go ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
America.
Xin chào. Holy, that's scary.
Literally right there. That's China.
Hey there, I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Good morning. We are in some beautiful areas here. I don't know if you can see all the terraced rice paddies everywhere around us. Aha! And it's just amazing in every direction, and it's so quiet. We'll show you in just a second because I don't think we got it on video on the way in.
Yeah.
But the way to get here is awesome. It is so dirt bike centric that I love it. But yeah, and this just beautiful little piece of land here with some rice paddies right over here.
Yep.
And the wonderful, wonderful owners. Everything she cooks is amazing.
Oh, so good.
So if you stay at this location, we'll put on the screen here the name of it.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself in Vietnam, you can find it.
We had lots of coffee this morning, and I feel very...
First time. We haven't had coffee in a couple days, and so
very
it's
strong coffee here.
awesome to have it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is awesome. Awesome. I think I got too much caffeine in me. Okay, let's go ride dirt bikes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
All good.
Oh, good.
Okay. Bye.
It doesn't seem that hard now, but on the way in, I think I would just, your brain is like, well, I've done enough for today. I'm done. And then you're presented with a challenge. Yeah, it's not a big challenge. I mean, anyone that can't ride this probably shouldn't be on a bike. And yet, I remember thinking, there's a decent chance you're going to go into the drink,
Well, and it's like when you don't know where you're going to, and you're like, am I going to have to, turn this around? And
Totally. I mean, it was all questions. And I love this is the entrance. What a great morning, though. It's actually warmer than yesterday morning, huh?
yeah. It looks like this flooded, yeah. Intensely. They're kind of shoring everything back up.
It turns out there really was a flood. In fact, the very road we were riding on had been washed away a few months earlier in a huge flash flood. 8 people lost their lives sadly, and we could see the community was still trying to clean up and rebuild. Nature sure is powerful.
Just a couple of goats. Busy little town, huh? Oh, I love those outfits. How cool.
Alright, taking another break. Went into the store to get some sodas and some kind of cracker thing. So that will be our snacks when we need snacks in between stopping in towns to get food. But right now we're in a town and just taking a break. That's all there is. A little brain dead.
Over the next couple days, the views were ever-changing. Around every corner was a surprise. Each landscape compelling in its own way, each town and village had a unique feel, and we both kept saying how it was like being in a real-life painting. We could hardly believe what we were riding through. Now, the beauty of travel with no plans is when you see a road that just calls to you, like this one, well, you take it.
A pretty little entrance to town and everything.
All the flags are decoration for the coming Lunar New Year. Everyone was getting ready for the big celebration, and this town was particularly festive. I love driving through random little towns like this because you really get a glimpse into everyday life. Where do the locals shop? How do they spend their afternoons? It all intrigues me. The kids always love high fives.
I got all of them.
Turns out there was a monument at the top of this road through town, which seemed like a good place to take a break, and it offered a pretty good view too. And soon the local kids showed up to check us out.
Hi. Xin chào.
Xin chào.
Kelsey.
Vietnam #1.
You're number one?
Vietnam, very good. Beautiful. Beautiful.
We handed out stickers, which they were thrilled with.
Xin chào.
Where you from?
You, America, no?
America.
America.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Seems like everyone's doing well here, you know?
Yeah, I agree. This is a cool little town. Everyone smiles when you wave.
Yes.
Xin chào. Xin chào.
Oh, this is gonna be it. I was like, wow, he's going over that?
All right. Yeah, amazing, right?
We had been pretty lucky so far with the rain, but we knew sooner or later our luck would end, and we decided on this day that the sky ahead was looking a bit angry and the roads were becoming increasingly wet. So we decided it was a good idea to put on our rain jackets.
We'll see if it's a true brutal downpour. We'll try and find a gas station or other place to pull into eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Are you ready for rain?
yes, I guess. Ready for rain. We got everything we need. I think we're good to go. All of our stuff that has to stay dry is in this. I think we're good.
I think we're ready.
Whoa, slippery. Slowing while it's nice and not muddy. And then we go right into some bumps. Woo! A little dirt bike riding. Passing will be interesting with all the mud.
Yeah.
I learned quickly just how slippery the mud was. I wasn't filming, but I ate it right before this shot. The mud in Vietnam is no joke. It's slick.
Right over our heads.
We were getting used to being right next to heavy equipment like this, but it still never seemed very safe.
Okay, one more. Oh, look how big that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So funny how often, you know, like we talked about before, we would just be sitting for maybe an hour, who knows how long. And because we're on bikes, it's like, okay, let the bikes go.
Yeah.
Now the problem with the rubber grips is now that I got off, I got my feet in the mud. My feet are just dancing all over the pegs, you know, because they're just rubber. They're not spikes. Well, they might be spiky beneath. I almost wouldn't mind pulling the rubber off and seeing, but we'll see how much mud we end up in. If we end up in a lot, I'm going to try and pull the covers off. But if we don't, we'll just leave it.
Mud or not, I was having a great time. At this point, we were used to disappearing into the clouds, but on this particular road, we were probably the coldest we would be on the whole trip. There were even signs at the top of this pass warning about the possibility of snow. We didn't see any snow, but we couldn't see much.
Holy, that's scary. You're in the lane, but also it's just visually scary. Like, that's big, very big.
Yeah. Stay over here.
Oh, car randomly. That's a good spot to park. You're gonna get smashed. Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to see.
Yeah. Nice to have a nice wide road, I guess, right?
You can't even tell like which way the road is going.
No, you can totally see somebody riding off the edge accidentally, right? Like,
yeah.
Those lights are actually really smart to have there. I can easily see somebody just going flop.
Guess we're going down? I think the only other time I've been in fog this bad was when we were in Turkey. Remember how stressful that was on the tiny little road?
Yeah.
And like, just being like, I think a little more left, a little more left.
Oh, yeah.
We pulled off as we neared the popular town of Sapa, home to the second tallest mountain in Vietnam. But again, we couldn't really see anything. All we knew was we were cold and pretty tired after a few days of exploring. So we searched to see what was available for the night. And it just so happened that we were right next to a Western-style hotel. So instead of our normal homestay, we decided to treat ourselves and go for it. Being done for the day sounded good. But the hotel turned out to be a bit fancier than we had anticipated. So despite feeling a little out of place and terrible for walking around covered in mud, it was a really nice day.
Good morning from Sapa.
Yes.
Well, we didn't really video much. Very touristy town, and we decided to go with the theme of that. There's a brand new resort on the hill, the least authentic, the least local place I've ever seen, and we did it. And I don't feel guilty at all. It was nice.
Nice to have a
shower,
slightly softer bed and a shower.
In our room. We didn't have to go down the hall.
Yeah.
And
it was hot water, which was a luxury.
Yep, we completely, I would say treated ourselves, you know, because, you know, there was all these homestays down in town, and looking at the price, I went, man, they're all kind of, they're more than we spent on any place thus far. I don't think this is the town to find a super legit homestay. Let's just do the resorty looking thing. And it opened, what, was it 2 months ago they said it opened? So it is brand new.
Brand new. There's a man with pipes going past you. That's like, yeah. Like, I don't think he's aware of where.
After a quick fuel up in Sapa, we were back on the road and back to the rural Vietnam we loved.
Alright.
We got fuel, and we're back in the clouds.
Because there's so much to pay attention to, like the road and what people are doing and which way you're going and your line.
Wow, hello.
Sunshine makes me happy.
It's so hard to choose the shots for these videos. We have hours and hours of footage, and frankly, I want to share all of it. But that wouldn't make for a very entertaining video. But I hope this little taste of what we saw inspires you to go see for yourself, because it's so worth it. I was absolutely enthralled riding along, seeing incredible views, friendly people waving. The towns and little villages like this one were just mind-blowing, especially when the sun would peek out.
Wow, it's a lot better day today so far to go up into the mountain.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
See. For right now, that changes quickly though.
Yes.
We tried to find smaller back roads, preferably dirt, as often as we could. And we often found roads that we were told were small and rough were now paved or soon to be paved, and sometimes what looked on the map to be a big road was a mess and slow going. So we just went, deciding on the fly where to head. This is Tim's expertise. He is the best route finder. And really, whatever kind of road we ended up on, it was always interesting.
Apparently I'm still recording. We're taking a break right by this lake, and it's time to take the rain jackets off because it's actually pretty warm, and at the moment it doesn't look like we're gonna get poured on. That can change quickly, but seems like a good idea to take this off and just take a little break. It's beautiful today, and it's nice to be more remote. Just tiny little towns, very rural.
The road is, but urban ends or what? But yeah, so many scooters. Party. Yeah.
We're in a big city, and we haven't been in a big city for a while, and this one is big, so it's funny to see all the traffic and all the shops and how busy it is. 8 area. Wow, we can just go right to China. That's the one.
Where is it at? Right ahead of us?
It said, yeah, border gate ahead. On
Dude,
that sign there.
I don't want that. I just want the ATM. I don't think we're entering the border. That looks like the border.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild. We're at the border with China, eh? Okay, we're 90 meters from the agribank.
Oh, I see the ATM on the right.
Cool.
Yeah. So, literally, right there, that's China. How crazy is that? We just passed, like, the border crossing. Obviously, we're not crossing the border, but we are basically in China. And, yeah, it's crazy. So, we are stopping to get some more cash because there's an ATM in this town, and we're going to be going remote again. So, cash is kind of necessary. So, that's what we're doing. I'm not sure if we're gonna, what our plan is, if we're gonna continue or try to find a place to stay in this town and then continue on tomorrow on the rougher roads out of town. But pretty crazy. That's China.
I just can't believe how hot it is. It's been chilly in the mountains, and then bam, here we are. I want every vent open, but I don't think I'll worry about it right now at the moment. But man, look at that. What a town. Amazing.
Alright, Tim is going to check on the price of a hotel, and I'm just staying with all the stuff. But I just noticed what's across the street, and I really want to take one home with me. It's a box of puppies. And they're all so cute. And they're so little. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want one. So this is what 30 bucks gets you, and we are looking out at China. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's the border crossing. If you can see the little bridge there, we'll zoom in when we're done shooting this. But yeah, that bridge is the border crossing with the big border building. You can see like a pagoda building up on top of the mountain there. It's wild. And then all these scooters. I think people must park and then walk across to work somewhere in that town. But yeah, there's China. And look at this beautiful modern hotel room.
Yeah.
For 30 bucks.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're very sweaty because it's hot here and we've been sitting in our jackets trying to figure out the hotel stuff. But we decided we're going to stop in this town because there's places to stay. And then we'll head up into the mountains into what could be a bad road. So I'm not sure how long it'll take us or if there's anywhere to stay up there. So we figured better to stay here than be able to go do that.
Yeah, and then tomorrow we can do... Sorry, I have no pants. And then we can... yeah, it might be a long ride. So, and we're going to take the rougher of a couple of routes that we've talked to some people about.
Yeah.
And we want to do that because we've heard it's absolutely beautiful. And it's more fun to take a dirt road or a rougher road.
Yeah, totally.
And then if it's really long, it could be a massive day to do 250 kilometers, which isn't that much, I know. But
it could take a long time here.
Yeah, you might end up averaging 10 kilometers an hour, 15 kilometers an hour, something like that. So.
Pretty excited here.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for coming along. One thing is for sure, no road in Vietnam is boring. The people here are incredible, the food is good, and it is incredibly affordable. That fancy hotel we stayed at in Sapa was a splurge at $50. Anyway, don't forget to let us know what you thought of this episode in the comments below, and we will see you next time as we find more amazing views, dirt roads, fields of pineapples, and even something that gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Seriously, that is a dog.
You know, I just hate it how some people don't go local and indigenous, sort of stay at the local places and things, you know. And, you know, I just like to keep it real and, you know, go to homely places, not palatial five-star restaurants. Well, I mean, it was here, and our meal we figured out is, which is a lot for Vietnam. It's $7 each. We're doing it.